Sudonona because I was very
Locusts,
tall
big white
and blonde
woman.
at the time. Yeah, big way. Wow, you were living in Sri Lanka. Why did you come back? My goodness. You should stay there. I thought, I know. No, I love spicy. I really love
Okay.
spicy. And for me, rice and curry without spicy is not the proper food,
Oh my God, yeah.
Every time I come to Sri Lanka, all my luggage is full of local stuff, In Unavatuna,
Mm-hmm.
I met on the beach my current husband.
Wow.
We decided, both of us, that we are never going to leave Sri Lanka. It was a no-go, no. We are not going back to Europe, whatever it is. I always tell them, excuse me, you are the visitor here, right? So you respect the Sri Lankan culture. I think the human approach to the patients is much better than in Europe. In here, you are just a number, nobody cares. You can discover the world of possibilities with traveling.
Yeah.
And that is good for everybody because it's a part of personal development, right?
Hi, Divana. Welcome to the episode. How are you today?
Hi, Lina. I'm very well, thank you.
So, introduce yourself to us, Divana.
Okay, my name is Divana Kall, and I had been living in Sri Lanka since 2008 till 2015, permanently on a resident visa. So it had been about 7 years at full. But still up to now, I am keeping coming, going, and I have smaller projects than before because my first project in Sri Lanka, I was doing the design and construction of Ayurvedic hotel and spa in the mountains in Kandy, near Kandy. So that was my huge experience, and I fell in love to Sri Lanka. I feel it as my first or second home. Sometimes I cannot. I cannot
Decide which one is it.
But I love Sri Lanka and it's my home country. I feel like that.
Nice, lovely. So, Divana, first, when you came in 2008, was it as a tourist or
No,
directly to work there
no,
on a
I
project?
came actually first time I came 2007 to choose the property and to help with the legal procedures for the investor, about the property purchase and all that. And I was pregnant that time, 6 months pregnancy. So I came back actually just to deliver the baby because I was scared to deliver first time in Asia.
Of course,
And
yeah.
once my son was 5 months old, we moved there completely and started the procedure, the construction, and everything like that.
Okay, so you went to Sri Lanka on a project.
Yes.
Okay, okay. And what was your first impression as soon as you got in there?
Well, I have to say that I didn't know what to expect. Yeah, I didn't know what to expect, but I am very open-minded, so I'm not I was open to see whatever. One thing, what was not so much, I don't know how to say, I didn't feel safe about, and I didn't know what to expect, is that it was a wartime still, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So I was coming alone with 5 months old baby
Yes.
to a completely different, strange country, some small island in Asia, to the war, and it was like over 25 years war. So I didn't know what to expect, and it was like I was checking how I will feel there, and I didn't know anything nearly, right? Before that, I was only for a short visit, like maybe 5 or 6 weeks to India. So I was expecting it will be similar to India, but it is in a way similar, but very different also.
Yeah, true. Yeah. That's a bold, brave move as a mother of a 5-month-old.
I have
Yeah,
to say that
that's so
that
brave.
time I was still very young and
Yeah.
very brave. I am not sure if I will do that again.
Yeah, at this stage of life, true, true.
Yeah.
When you're young, you feel like you can do anything.
Yeah, exactly. And I was not scared. I thought I don't know, I will come and see. I was
Yeah.
not scared.
A
Yeah.
country with war, what can go wrong?
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect, you know.
Mm,
This was another thing, but like actually it happened pretty soon after we came first time when I was still pregnant when we came in 2007 to Sri Lanka, that the Bandaranaike airport, like I
mm.
think it was like 2 or 3 days after our arrival, it was bombed, you know. There was some bomb
Yeah,
there,
yeah, yeah.
bomb
I
attack
remember.
just
Mm,
in the airport. So I thought, okay, so it's true, it's a war here, right?
yeah, yeah. I'm
But
sorry
I,
about that experience.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, you gave us a chance. Thank you for that. And now you are
mhm.
in love with Sri Lanka. That's amazing. So, when you first came to start the project, start working, where were you based in Kandy or somewhere else?
Yeah, it was in the mountains area. It was a jungle, real jungle, right? Even the locals were scared to take me there with the three-wheeler, you know? They thought, no, 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 madam, there are wild boars, you know? And it's like, but it's my home, you know? So it was funny because it was 17
Mm,
kilometers from Kandy area. You just go
mm,
up and up and up to the mountain area, and it
mm,
was just on the top of the hill and
mm,
nobody around, you know. The
mm,
closest village was about 3 kilometers from there.
mm,
So it was an old
mm.
estate bungalow together
Yeah, yeah,
with
yeah.
about 2.5 acres of land we purchased.
Mm, mm-hmm,
And we were planning to cut down the bungalow and do the project there.
mm-hmm. Okay. So, how challenging was it with a very young baby? The first year, let's say, in Sri Lanka.
Everything, everything was very challenging for me in the beginning, really, everything. Even
Mm-hmm.
I was fresh mother, you know.
Yes.
I was not living with my partner. He stayed in Europe. I took
Mm.
only my friend there
Mm-hmm.
just to have some man just next to me, you know, at least.
For
Because
safety. Yeah.
another one was moving to foreign country itself.
Mm.
Another
Mm.
challenge was the war. Another
Mm.
challenge was the language because as I understood, okay, in Kandy and Colombo and airport, okay, everybody knows English. But
Mm.
up there in the mountains, in the village,
Yes.
really nobody at all, you know?
Nobody.
So I
Mm.
was like, okay, I will have to learn Sinhala, most
Mm.
probably.
Mm.
So that was another challenge. Then
Mm.
another one was this very old estate bungalow, which
Mm.
was like completely broken. Nothing was working there.
Mm.
The electricity was very old, you know, the pipelines were completely rotten. So it was another challenge just to secure the electricity and the drinking water. And another challenge was a jungle, you know, so
Mm.
tropical jungle. So I
Yeah.
didn't know most of the animals I met there. Some of them I didn't want even to meet any in my life, you know. So it was challenge after challenge from the morning
Mm.
till evening.
Mm.
But I have to say it has changed pretty quickly because I told to my broker
Mm.
who sold us the land
Mm.
that I will need some nanny or somebody local to take care of the baby
Babe.
because I knew that I have to travel, I have to take care of the construction, I have to make the plans and many things. So I
Yes.
asked him to find me some local lady.
Mm-hmm.
And this time we were very lucky, really very lucky because we met a genuine person.
Mm.
Her name is Padma, and she stayed with us all these 7 years
Oh,
as a
okay.
part of our family. And even now, I feel her as a part of my family, and we are trying to take care of her. And she
Mm.
was doing everything, you know. It was funny that she came there, that she can do everything, you know, she can cook, she can clean, she will do whatever we want, but she never will touch the baby. You know, she was so
Oh,
scared of the responsibility. She was not a nanny, she was a
mm.
caretaker, house
Okay.
caretaker, you know,
Okay.
cleaning, cooking. And she was
Mm.
so scared to take care of the foreign baby, you know. But we work on that slowly,
Mm.
slowly. You know, it was like, Padma, I have to go bathroom. You know,
Mm.
here, 1 minute, okay, 1 minute. Then another week, 5 minutes. Another week,
Mm.
half an hour. And then she
Mm.
fell so much in love with my son.
Mm.
She was even sleeping with him. You know, it was beautiful.
Mm. Nice, nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
if you find the right person, things become easier. So, how soon did you end up learning any Sinhalese?
Yeah, of course, because actually I had to run the construction. I didn't hire any
Mm.
contractor
Mm-hmm.
because it will be difficult, like finance-wise. We
Yeah.
didn't have any big budget.
Mm.
So I had to do it like this, that I pick up the local people from the village around.
Mm-hmm.
I was starting with four of them.
Mm-hmm.
In 2013, when we were opening, I was ending up with 80 people
Mm-hmm.
under my
Mm.
supervision, direct one.
Mm. 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 Mm.
And I understood from the beginning it will be much easier for me to learn Sinhala than to teach them English, right? So
True.
actually, Padma helped me a lot because she was talking perfectly English. So every evening since the beginning, I was writing like 15, 20 words to my notebook and I was
Mm.
reading it to her like many times till she tell me, now correct. Now okay.
Wow, that's a good commitment there.
Yeah.
I can
So
I
like
can imagine this like a movie, how you're communicating with the workers from
yeah,
4
it was
to
very
80,
funny. It was
the
very
growth.
funny. Sometimes I made some mistakes. They were laughing me like a hell,
Mm.
and I didn't know. I was feeling embarrassed, like what the hell I thought. Then I came to Padma and I thought, Padma, what did I say? Everybody is laughing to me, and I repeated that and Padma, oh yo, like what? So it's like, it was very funny moments sometimes.
Mm.
And I was using a lot my hands and my feet, like this, like that. I was trying to show them. And we developed very nice connections and very nice relationships with the local people there.
That's beautiful. So, Divana, how do you find the food in Sri Lanka? Is it too spicy for you?
No, I love spicy. I really love
Okay.
spicy. And for me, rice and curry without spicy is not the proper food.
Oh my God, yes. Tell me
It's
about it.
like, no, no. And I
It
got
doesn't
to,
feel the same, right?
no, it's not tasty. It's
Mm.
not like the way it should be.
True.
So I love spicy really. And even now in Europe, I am putting chili everywhere.
Did you learn to
Not
cook some dishes?
Yes, and even I love to cook Sri Lankan even now here, like
Mm.
once in 3 months or something. I tell all my family I am cooking Sri Lankan dinner, all this, 8, 9 bowls,
Yes.
papadam,
Yes.
dal, paripu.
Very time consuming, but I think worth it at the end when the guests love it. Yeah.
And still, I have a lot of like every time I come to Sri Lanka, all my luggage is full of local stuff.
Mm.
All the gram flour and all the
Yeah.
spices and coconut milk and everything I'm
Mm.
bringing from there.
Very nice. So, Divana, tell us about your life from that point. I heard that you birthed your second baby in Sri Lanka, which
Ah,
might
yeah.
have been an adventure. I heard that you birthed your second baby in Sri Lanka, which
Ah,
might
yeah.
have been an adventure.
That was one. Yeah, that was one. Okay, so like the construction, it took nearly 5 years and it was pretty
Mm.
long. Yeah, it was like since 2008, middle of the year, till 2013, May 2013. I was also opening the hotel because
Mm-hmm.
we didn't found the correct manager yet. So I was
Mm.
doing also the HR and like teaching
Wow.
people how to do the things. I was doing the menu. I was implementing the software, and I was doing the hotel manager for about 6 more months.
Mm-hmm.
Till I found out that this is not a job for me, and I have to say that I was a little bit burnt out also. I was
Yeah.
so exhausted, it was too much
Mm.
for me. I was doing
Yeah.
like 10 or 12 positions at once.
Mm-hmm.
So I made a move and I moved to
Mm-hmm.
Negombo area, because my very good friend, also from Czech Republic, she was living there
Mm-hmm.
also a long time with the same age old son. So we
Mm.
we made like a family, like not the mother and father, but two friends and two same age son, and we were helping each other.
That's nice.
And we were both divorced that time
Mm. Mm-hmm.
with our ex-husbands.
Mm-hmm.
So we were helping as much as we can. And we were definitely decided, both of us, that we are never going to leave Sri Lanka. It was a
Wow.
no-go, you know, no, no, no.
Mm.
We are not
Mm.
going back to Europe, whatever it
Mm.
is.
Mm-hmm.
So then I was doing some work for another foreign investor, but it was just to get the approvals
Mm.
for the solar powered technology. You know, he need a lot of approvals, like this much I have to
Yeah.
get.
Yeah.
Another 2 years I was just running the offices and getting the approvals, talking with ministries. It was pretty exhausting, but at least I got the resident visa, you know, and I had something to live from.
Mm.
And then it happened that my friend from Czech Republic, he came after a long time, and he take me. It was February 2014,
Mm-hmm.
and it was close to St. Valentine's Day. And he told me, "Hey, you are all the time sitting here in this ugly house, you know, in Negombo. You are not doing anything. You are not going any parties anymore. Come, we
Mm.
go downstairs."
Mm.
And I thought, okay, so we go downstairs.
Mm.
And there in Unavatuna,
Mm-hmm.
I met on the beach my current husband.
Wow.
He's
Is
not,
also from Czech Republic.
he's from Slovakia. It's just next
Ah,
country. It's the
yeah, yeah,
border
yeah.
country.
Mm-hmm.
So it was pretty funny. So we were partying together, and then I told him before leaving Sri Lanka to come to Negombo because they had like the night fly, you know, 3 a.m. or something. I thought, forget that you can get from there like in the night time. So you
Mm.
come evening, and then you can stay in my house, then you can take a three-wheeler to Katunayake.
Mm.
So I didn't see him for about 1 month, and we did not agreed anything there, right? Because
Mm.
he was married and
Ah,
I was
okay.
not yet properly divorced, and I thought
Mm.
that he has a family, so nothing happened.
Mm.
But when they came to Negombo before the flight, I got to know that he is not with his wife for last 5 years, you know, and then
Mm.
we chit chat before the flight. We had some Etivishisha Galaraku shots. And then it was crazy. So we fell in love. Actually, this night he was leaving Sri Lanka.
Mm.
It became so crazy that even I wanted to change his flight, but then he told he has to do something in the job and he will return.
Mm.
He did. Within 2 weeks,
Mm.
he was back. And very quickly, like within next month, I found out I'm pregnant again.
Wow.
So it's like a love
So many
story.
special moments within a short
Yeah.
period.
Yeah, so, and I thought, okay, but still, I didn't want to go back to Europe, you know. I
Mm.
was very stubborn. I know I'm staying in Sri Lanka, what to do in Europe.
Mm.
So I was very stubborn with that, and I thought, yes, I will deliver there. And I found a very good specialist in Colombo because I had
Mm.
one complication because my first delivery was C-section.
Mm.
And actually, even in Europe, nobody wanted to take a risk to deliver naturally after the
Mm.
C-section. But
Okay.
I found one good specialist in Colombo, and he agreed that we will try.
Mm-hmm.
So everything was going well with my pregnancy. And yeah, actually, when I was very close to the delivery, he took a holidays in Asia somewhere, I think Thailand or something. So
Mm-hmm.
I got these cramps, you know, and pain already. It was
Mm.
not the right terms yet. It was like 1 month prior. But I
Okay.
got the cramps, and I was
Mm.
going to check up to the Negombo local hospital, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and they always tell me, yeah, you have it, but you are not ready yet, you know. So I
Mm.
went back home, and like this, it was the full week,
Mm.
and it was getting worse and worse and worse.
Mm.
I was calling to him also. He told, you have to wait till Monday. I'm coming back, you know. I thought, I don't know if I can. This was like Thursday or Friday. I thought, I don't know, I cannot breathe anymore, you know. And
Mm.
every time I went to check up to General Hospital, they always tell me, okay, we can give you a C-section, you are not ready to deliver yet, but we can give you
Mm.
another C-section. But I was so much wishing to deliver naturally.
Naturally,
But
yeah.
I always tell no, I will manage. I will manage. If
Mm.
the baby is okay, I'm fine. I will
Mm.
manage somehow.
Mm.
So it was getting worse and worse. It was Saturday night, and it went so bad that I couldn't move even. And even my
Mm.
husband and my friend, they told me, please, Divana, like, so don't be so stubborn. So get them to help you, it's not good.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, if nothing is happening till Sunday morning, I will go.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Sunday, 4 a.m., boom, the water came out.
Oh.
So I woke up my husband and I thought, let's go. So we were going on a scooter, on this very mini scooty, very old one, going 5 a.m., like in Negombo, bumping all the roads. He
Yeah.
had to stop every 2 or 3 minutes because I got a cramp.
Mm.
And we came to Negombo Hospital and they got scared. They got scared like a hell. I was too big, too white, too foreign. I had
With so
C-section.
much pain.
Yeah, and I had also some blood coagulation problems and all that. They didn't want to admit me. They thought, no, no,
Mm.
no, wait, you have your hospital, private hospital in Colombo. We will call for the ambulance. They will get you there.
Mm.
I was okay, but I was actually nearly delivering already.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was like I was sitting there in the wheelchair, and every 2 minutes, every 3 minutes, I was shouting like a hell. And then came the ambulance, and they wanted to admit only me, that my
Mm.
husband cannot go. I
Yeah.
started to shout so loudly, in singular English, everything. I sent everybody to the bloody hell. And I
Yeah.
grabbed my husband, took him to the car. And I think that the doctors, they were pretty happy that he's there with me because they were scared of me. They were sitting, in the car and just looking, what is this? So I think it was very funny. Like it was not funny for me that time, but if
Yeah,
I
you were
see
in pain.
if I see the capture from the camera from this
Mm.
moment, I think I will be laughing. And
Yeah,
my
your story is movie worthy, We
yeah,
should
yeah,
make
yeah,
a movie
definitely,
about.
definitely.
But I
And
have a question. Why didn't they take you? They were not equipped enough to deliver the baby? Or is it because you're scaring them?
they didn't want to admit me because they saw that I have the blood coagulation problem. I need to get the
Mm.
injection, and that they were just scared to admit me. And I was still closed. I was not opening. So they
Mm.
was thinking that I have a lot of time still.
To have time.
They
Mm.
can manage to move me to Colombo.
Yeah. So, where you lived or where the hospital was in Negombo, is it very close to Colombo or on the other
No,
hand
it's
of
like
Negombo?
40. It's like 40 something kilometers. Like, in the night time, it might
Yeah.
be just 30, 40 minutes,
Mm.
but it was coming close to 5:30. So, the traffic to Colombo, it
Yes.
started. So
Yes.
actually, when we were going in the ambulance on the highway, we already get this, lights and sounds and everything they were going through.
Mm.
But anyway, we didn't manage.
Mm.
So we didn't manage to come on time. We got stuck in some traffic jam.
Mm.
They were trying slowly to go through the cars, and we didn't manage because, like, on the way, the head was out already. Okay.
Okay.
And my husband was very, very brave. Actually, all the like the one doctor and two nurses, they
Mm.
were sitting and shivering like next to the car. And my husband was taking care of everything. He thought, okay, no problem. Give me this, give me that. Don't worry. You breathe, you breathe. The head is out. Everything is fine. So he was like helping me, and I don't know what I would do
Incredible.
if he's not there.
Yeah.
He was my
Yeah.
anchor to stay at least as much calm as I can.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
And we
wondering,
finished.
does he have any medical background or it's from what he's
No,
seen?
but I have a strong medical background. I'm coming from doctor family, and I had
Mm.
studied everything around the birth, and I was educating him slowly
Ah, great.
because my first thought was also that I would like to deliver at home.
Mm.
But then I thought, okay, maybe after the C-section, I don't know what can happen, and if I'm
Mm.
starting to tear up, what I will do. So better
Yeah.
to be under the medical supervision.
Yeah.
And anyway, we didn't manage anything better than just to turn it to the slums, to the
Mm.
Desoisa hospital, just the
Mm.
general hospital, the first one we met just before entering the Colombo. I heard
Mm-hmm.
it's the second oldest hospital in Asia.
Yeah.
And my admission was 6:50 a.m.
Mm.
and delivery was 6:52 a.m. So they wanted to deliver me even like there on the floor. And again, my
Mm.
husband, he thought, no, 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 1, 2, 3, tush. They put me to the table, and with the next breeze, it was out. So it was
Mm.
very quick, very
Quick,
quick.
yeah. Mm. Wow.
So it was
A
strong.
real adventure. Yeah, yeah. So the baby and you were fine after that.
Yeah, it was fine, but just I could not manage to stay there. And I didn't have any food. Every lady had a family to
Yes.
bring her food and clothes and everything. I had nothing,
Yeah.
nothing at
Yeah.
all. So just the next day, I just signed that to whatever it is I'm going. So then
Mm.
I at home and it was okay. Yeah,
When exactly was this? The year?
it was March 2015. My daughter is going to be 10 years old next week.
Oh, okay. So you discharged from the hospital and you came back to home in Negombo, or did you finally go
Yeah.
to the doctor in Colombo?
No, I came to Negombo. I didn't see the doctor anymore. I was
You're
having
like,
this
I'm done with this.
I was having this local lady from this local, I don't know what was the name, but when the woman delivered, she was
The
visiting me.
midwife.
Yeah, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They sent me from the local organization with this pink color book, in Sinhala, and she was
Yes.
writing the message, how I am, how is the baby, and she was
Mm.
coming, I think, every day the first 2 weeks, and
Mm-hmm.
then every week once.
And they gave you got the vaccination everything for the baby in Sri Lanka too, yeah?
I didn't want to get
Mm.
her vaccinated
Mm.
so shortly after the delivery. So I was planning to postpone that. And
Okay.
actually, what happened when she was like 6 months old, I got to know that we have to move from Negombo to Colombo.
Mm.
And I moved with another two ladies from Czech Republic to one house in Colombo.
Mm-hmm.
And that was already not so good experience for me. I was not happy. Maybe I was also moody after the delivery, but I thought, like, look at you. You are living here alone with just another two ladies in a house. You have no life anymore. You are just taking care of two kids.
Mm.
They don't have father. Why you want to stay here? Nothing is
Mm.
holding you here. And also, it helped me that the solar project, it ended actually
Ah.
because the investor, he just sold the whole project at once.
Mm. Mm.
So then it was very hard for me, but I made the decision that I will come back to Europe to
Mm.
my new husband.
Mm.
And it was a really hard decision for me. I didn't want to go, but I saw that there is no point to stay there right now. And I
Mm.
want to have nice family and I want to see my husband every day, not like
Yeah.
once in the 3 months. And
Yeah, to live as a family. It's very important.
yeah, so I took my baby when she was 8 months old
Mm.
and we moved to Slovakia.
Your first son pretty much grew up in Sri Lanka, yeah, for so
Yeah,
many years.
yeah,
So how
yeah.
do you find it for children growing up there?
I find it, I think it was the best gift he could get, right?
Mm.
I think that he had really nice, proper childhood,
Mm.
thanks to raising up in the jungle. Okay, it was maybe not like common one. It was in the jungle on the construction area,
Mm.
but he was so much loved by all the workers. He was blonde
Mm.
with curly hair, very big blue eyes. He was looking like angel. Everybody was
Mm.
loving him so much. I
Yeah.
think they spoiled him a little bit. And he was having very free and very happy childhood. He was playing some like when he was small, even naked. Then he
Mm.
was playing like barefoot in the huge loads of sand and metal, and with all the machine tools and lorries. And I think that this is the
Mm.
proper childhood a boy shall have.
Mm. Hands-on
When I came
experience.
to Yeah, when I came to Europe after so long time, I was actually shocked to see the current generation of the children, they are stuck to this.
Yeah, and
They
they're
are
always
stuck to
home.
this. They are hypnotized. They are not going out anymore. They are not in the contact with the nature anymore. They are
Yes.
not having any proper relationships. And I feel sorry for this generation here now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think I take it that my son had really beautiful childhood. Every time we could, we just was going. We had another friend in Kalpitia with sky
Mm.
surfing school. So
Mm.
we were like changing from mountains to the seaside. He was kite surfing when he was like 4 years old or 5 years old. So he was living very freely and with full connection to the mother nature. And
Mm.
this, I think that it was something, a big gift for whole his life.
Yeah, an active childhood. So does he remember all this? Does he miss Sri Lanka?
He does, of course, he does. He is going to be 17 right now. So it's
Okay.
also a long time because it is a little bit over 10 years.
Yeah.
We are back here. No, not over. Yeah, yeah, about 10 years it will be now.
Mm.
So he remembers everything. We have beautiful photos also and memories. And
Mm.
I took him there last year for the Christmas.
Okay.
So it was nice for him to remember all the
Mm.
people, even the workers saw him and the caretaker.
Oh,
And
so you met all of them.
yeah, of course, because I was doing a small project there and I took my workers again. So I
Nice.
invited my children to come for Christmas time. And
Mm.
it was nice for him to see all that and to remember all that. He can't remember Singala, but what to do? Even I can't
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah, if you're not there, any language is the same. But it's lovely that many expats who live in Sri Lanka, I see that how they're helping the community,
Yeah.
they're merged into the community is really beautiful. I mean, you're creating opportunities for locals. That's really
Yeah,
wonderful.
it was great. It was great because, maybe 120, maybe 130 people we were employing during this all 5 or 6 years. But
Mm.
in Sri Lanka, it doesn't mean it's just the individuals, the whole families, it's more than
Yes,
100
benefit.
of families.
True.
And of course, we were invited for all the weddings and even funerals, and even,
Yeah.
we were gifting the cement and the tools for the construction of the houses and for the
Mm.
construction also of the temple
Mm.
upstairs. And I did really emerge to the local company. I got also a nice nickname, Lokusudonona, because I was very
Lokusudu.
tall
Big white
and
woman.
blonde that time. Yeah, big white Nona. So yeah, very nice. Even now, after 10 years, if I come there, they show me the respect, they touch my feet. It's so nice to see
Mm.
them, and it's touching my heart very much.
Yeah, lovely. So, Divana, did you feel safe during your overall stay in Sri Lanka as a woman, as a young mother?
Well, yeah, most of the time I did. Like as a
Mm.
woman, definitely. Like, phew, if somebody tries something, I'm Lokusudunona. I can
Yes.
fight even, and I'm very tall and strong, so I was not scared.
Mm.
I can fight if I need to, but I didn't have to
Mm.
actually. It's just,
Mm.
chit-chatting sometimes, and I don't know. But what I felt like most probably, okay, if you are down south, it's different,
Mm.
you know.
Mm.
And the
Mm-hmm.
local guys and the people, the beach boys and like that, they are much more pushy
Mm.
and much more, I don't know, aggressive in a way.
Mm.
But for me, the language was the best. the
Mm.
best weapon, you know.
Knowing the language. Yeah.
Yeah, because if somebody was like wanting too much or being pushy too much, I
Mm.
sent him to a bloody hell in Singular, and he was like, "Oh, okay," and he went. Yeah.
Mm.
So this was the best weapon actually to know Singular.
Mm.
And actually, as a lady, I was not scared. There were
Mm-hmm.
some times I was scared, but it was from different reasons. You know,
Mm.
I was scared every time in the beginning, 2008, 9, 10. I was scared every time I have to go to Colombo to some offices
Mm-hmm.
because you never know about the bomb attacks. You know, it was mostly heading to the hotels and to the ministries. So
Yeah.
it's not like scared, but I was very unsure. But the only thing what I could do is to leave my son at home with my nanny, right?
Mm.
I couldn't do
And
nothing
go by
better. I
yourself.
had to trust, I had to pray, I had to trust that I am
Mm.
safe, and I didn't have to think about it too much, you know, just go,
Mm.
do the necessary and come back. So
Mm.
that was sometimes, you know, I was thinking like anytime something can happen, what I will do after, you know, but it's
Yeah.
it's not helping to think too much about these things.
Yeah. During the war,
And I was,
it was the same. Everybody was in the same
yeah,
situation. The life was not guaranteed the next day. Anything could
sure.
happen,
One
unfortunately.
thing I was really very much scared like a hell, and it
Mm.
was in the beginning, maybe 2009, we were there like, I don't know, a couple of months. And in the night time, everybody was sleeping in the house. I was up because I was doing the designs, and
Mm.
I heard the jeep
Mm.
in the jungle. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not normal because nobody is going there in the night, you know. And then I heard the steps and shouting voices, and then they knock on my door. You know, I opened, and there was like three or four really strange-looking men.
Mm.
I didn't like that, but not in our like. I couldn't see anything, but then I saw that these two men they have weapons.
Mm.
I got very scared. I didn't know who is that, nothing, and they were very strict. They were shouting to me to shut up, well, this time I didn't know Sinhala and they didn't know
Mm.
English. So they were shouting to me in Sinhala. I didn't know much what they are asking for, you know.
Mm.
So I
Mm-hmm.
was really scared like a hare. And I just sit down, and then they woke up Padma, and Padma was translating for me that they are looking for somebody. Like finally it came that it was a TID, right? Terrorist
Ah.
investigation department, and they were looking for some foreigner who was supposed to live in that area.
Uh-huh.
But this was something I was really scared of my life because I didn't
Mm.
know what's up, you know, and they were really very strict. So
Okay.
this was
Yeah.
bad.
Wow. One of a kind experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Of course.
So, Divana, since you left Sri Lanka and the last time you said last December you came back, did you see the country has improved in your
Yeah.
opinion?
Yeah, it has definitely improved in many areas.
Mm.
Like, I don't know. Instead of improvement, I will see like modernized, right? It's much
Mm.
modern in many
Mm.
things. Like
Mm.
now, again, I am taking care of some small investors, my friends. They would like
Mm.
to set up the company and all that, you know. I am so happy I can do it online, you know. It's like,
Ah.
wow, I can incorporate company online. No way. You and it's like it's very nice because I know how much hassle it was, you
Mm.
know, how many times I have to go to offices and like that. So in this way, you know, the modernization of like online world and online orders
Mm.
and also shopping possibilities definitely, and the choice of goods
Mm.
and the standards, you know, like
Mm.
even the,
Infrastructure also maybe.
yeah, structural standards, also the design standards went
Mm.
up, and
Mm.
also kind of like hospitality, you know, they think much more about the clients.
Yeah.
It's client oriented much more right now
Mm-hmm.
and modernized. The highway is super. I was like
Mm.
mesmerized completely when it took me from the downsize to the airport 2 hours, and I couldn't
Mm.
believe that. I thought like, wow, I'm in Sri Lanka and I'm going 120 on the highway. I was like, wow, it's experience because I remember it took me 6 or 7 hours.
Mm. Mm. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
definitely in this point, it's good,
Mm.
but it's like a coin has two sides. On the other hand,
Yes.
you see the people forgetting the traditions,
Yeah.
especially the young generation, they are forgetting
Mm.
the traditions a little bit, which I think it's sad, and they are getting too much excited about the West culture,
Yeah. Yeah.
America or Europe. And
Mm.
again, when I come there, I see most of the young people have this addiction.
Mm-hmm.
They are all the time on the phones, and too much
Yeah.
online. And they lost the
Yeah.
respect also to the elders and to the traditional culture. And this is a little bit sad because this
Yeah.
was nice on Sri Lanka that to
Yeah.
keep traditions and to respect each other,
But I think
especially down
it's
south.
become a worldwide problem now. The youngsters are forgetting the
Of course, but
roots.
yeah, of course, but in Sri Lanka it was much more sad for me. Somehow you expect it here. But if I come
Mm.
to Sri Lanka and even the traditional clothes,
Yeah.
the sarong and sharis and all that, it was so beautiful. Now everybody have a jeans and some cool t-shirt, and it's like you don't feel so much in Sri Lanka anymore.
Mm.
And also, especially down south, it had been always the problem that down south, when it is full of tourists, that the people are a little bit different. But now, if you
Yes.
come there, they are really rude. You know, they are really rude to the foreigners. They are rude to tourists. When I
Also, the
started,
locals. There are many places
locals,
catering
I
only
am telling
to
about
foreign
locals.
tourists. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I mean, if we go to down south from Colombo elsewhere, there are some signs saying only for foreigners, which is weird. It's
yeah, this is
in
rude.
our own
It's rude.
country. So,
And also, like it never happened for me. I was shocked when I came to Gaul area, and I wanted to take a three-wheeler to Unavatuna.
mm,
And he asked me like crazy price, really
mm,
like double or triple, which was normally happening. It's okay, but it was always helping that I tell him in Singular that I'm not the bloody tourist. I was living here and I'm not
mm,
going to give him triple. I'm going to pay him as normal. And he
mm.
just like look at me and told, then fuck off. I was like, wow,
Wow.
okay. He was not interested in taking
Mm,
me,
mm.
like giving me the ride for the local price. He will
Yeah.
better wait and grab some tourist who will pay him that.
Overpriced. Yeah.
In this way, it is like, wow, nasty,
Mm.
you know.
Divana, after the crisis, right, the locals, the Sri Lankans, are trying to leave the country with their family, selling or leaving behind. The parents sell everything they have, the careers they built, in many years. So, for these kind of local Sri Lankans, what would you say?
That I understand them, that they might have a vision and a dream of living in Europe or America. It's like this American dream, or maybe now the
Yeah.
European dream. But I would like to tell them that it's not that pink as they might think.
Mm,
And it's not enough just to get to know, how much we are getting paid here in Europe in euros, because
yeah.
Oh, we have also crisis in here, the war
Mm,
crisis with Ukraine and Russia, and there is a super huge inflation also here. Okay, not
mm,
that much maybe as in Sri Lanka, but if I tell you that I am like earning 3,000 euro a month and it's not enough to cover my expenses,
mm,
like this is like the expenses are so much
higher.
huge. You know, it's like huge amounts they can't even imagine
Mm.
in here. So if they are going to live here, okay, they will earn more, but they will also spend much more.
Spend more,
So
yes.
it's not only about money. I think it's good for actually anybody in the world to travel somewhere abroad, to
True,
see and to
true,
experience
true.
how it is to live in some other country, you know, how it
Mm.
is to live without family, without your natural surroundings, and to get the experience and to learn
Yeah,
from it. And okay,
yes.
if you really love it and you are excited, as much as I was in Sri Lanka, let's say, okay, you stay as long as you wish to, you know. But anyway, I think it somehow might come to that you miss it, you know, you miss your home country, you miss your family, you miss your
Yeah,
friends, it's the food, you miss a lot of things. But it's just I want to say that it's not that pink, but it's good
yeah.
for everybody to get experience and translate it for them. You know, what does it mean for me? Do I
Mm.
really wish to stay? Okay, or
Yeah.
maybe
Also, when
they,
they travel, they can see all the opportunities they don't see when we are in Sri Lanka,
of course,
business
it is
opportunities, how
like
things are
all
done.
the traveling, you know, all the traveling and getting experiences abroad is definitely making your vision much broader
Broader,
and your
yeah.
thinking also much broader, not so like narrow-minded, but it will,
Mm.
you can discover the world of possibilities with
True,
traveling.
true. Yeah.
And that is good for everybody because it's a part of personal development, right?
Yes, yes. So, Divana, to wrap this up, if someone, an expat, wants to move to Sri Lanka, what advice would you give in brief?
Yeah, and actually now I think what I wanted to say before, please, everybody who wants to go out of Sri Lanka to Europe, we have it opposite way, of course. Yeah, I have many friends. They told me, "Wow, you were living in Sri Lanka. Why did you come back? My goodness, you know, you should stay there." I thought, I know, I wanted to. So many people in here, they want to move to Asia
Hmm,
from Europeans, you know.
hmm.
So it's like opposite way. You always want something you don't have, right?
Yeah.
It's like natural like this. And for the expats going to move to Sri Lanka, well, yeah, that they should stay really very open-minded.
Mm-hmm.
Take everything as it is. Definitely, I don't know how to say it nicely, but I met a lot of foreigners in Sri Lanka thinking that everybody should respect them and their culture. And I
Hmm.
always tell them, excuse me, you are the visitor here, right? So you respect the Sri Lankan culture, not otherwise around.
Hmm.
So I would like to ask everybody coming as a visitor, even to live there, to
Hmm.
respect the
Hmm.
culture, the traditions, and everything what is there, you know. And it's also
I
like to experience it and see what it is there for you, you know. If
hmm.
you would like to move, maybe most probably I will recommend just to take a 6 month stay for the
Hmm.
beginning before you make the big
Big
decision,
move.
or you
Yeah.
sell everything and you just pack your things and go there.
Hmm.
Let's give it a try, you know,
Hmm.
take a 6 months visa and
Hmm.
go to try to live there and see what kind of challenges is there, experience it, and then you can decide if yes or no.
Yeah. Yeah. Not everybody can move to another country, be it Europe or America, Asia, Africa, and become one of them, It's just not for
Of course.
everybody. Yeah.
No, everybody is different, you know. We are all individuals. I'm doing a human design teaching also, so we are each very unique person with unique
Yes.
ability, with unique kind of perception.
Yes.
So it's not for everybody, definitely. And especially Asia is very specific area, you know, Southeast
Mm.
Asia.
Mm.
And it's not for everybody, especially from US or Europe, you know.
Europe, yes.
You don't have the level of comfort you are used to have here.
Yes.
So you have to be very flexible and
Mm.
open-minded to take it, you know. And if you
Yeah.
take
Feet
it
on
as
the ground.
advantage, as I did, yeah. because for me it was advantage. I love nature, you know. I was so happy in the jungle.
Mm,
I love nature. And it was good for me because I hate this town and these smoky winters here, you know.
mm, mm.
Like everything in the world has its pros and its cons.
And
You know,
cons, yeah.
it depends what you value.
Yeah, yeah. So, Divana, yesterday I saw an American, I think, a website. They listed Sri Lanka as number one destination to relocate as a family with kids. Would you second that? I mean,
Probably
let's talk about education, safety for kids, facilities, and everything.
education was pretty good. I think like I cannot compare, right? I cannot
Mm,
compare like with British schools or like this. I
mm,
can compare only with the schools we have here in Czech Republic where
mm,
I'm living. Well, I think the education is fine.
mm,
Uh, the healthcare, well, okay, if you have money to pay private hospitals, it's super good. And
mm,
even the approach is super good. I
mm,
think the human approach to the
mm,
patients is much better than in Europe.
mm,
In
mm,
here, you are just a number, you know, nobody care.
mm,
Ting, ting,
mm,
ting, 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 next, next, next. In Sri Lanka, okay, I'm talking about private healthcare, but
yeah.
if really you are there, you feel cared about, you
Mm,
know.
mm, mm. And also
Uh,
affordable if you're coming from the other side of the world, I
yeah,
guess.
and I have many experience because mostly I was just going to general hospitals. Yeah,
Mm,
when I had the issue and I got delivered also in general hospital.
mm,
Even there, it's nice, you know, it's very human approach and
mm.
people care about people.
Yeah.
This is nice. In here, nobody care too much, you know. Everybody has its own, you know, problems and they give you a shit, you know. So it's much more nice relationships there. And I like also the relationship with the people, you know.
Yeah.
If you really make a good friend in Sri Lanka, it's for lifetime. Up to
Yeah,
now,
that's
I
true.
have very good friends there. We are calling every time. Even I came there after 10 years, you know, it was the same like we saw each other yesterday. And I know that I can ask them anytime for anything and opposite
Mm,
wise, right?
mm, mm.
So it's also much stronger bonds and relationships. And I think it's pretty safe and very nice country. It depends very much, you know, where do you move? I
Yeah,
think I
also.
will not move to down south because it's pretty wild there. Like
Mm.
it's full of
Overwhelming.
foreigners
Yeah.
there.
Mm. So
But
if you
I
had
think
to, if you, let's say your husband says, okay, let's go. I'm making up a plan to, work from Sri Lanka. Would you consider again?
we are already talking about that actually.
Wow.
Because I
Wow.
told you that I'm stubborn, so I started to push again a little bit. And actually it's cool because now I am working online only. I
Mm,
am still doing some design small things and now even in Sri Lanka I'm going to
mm,
do some design for a villa in
mm.
the summertime. But also I'm doing coaching and consultation and I do everything online. So for me it doesn't matter where I am.
Yeah.
But my husband, he's in construction side, you know, he has some projects here.
Yeah, he
But
has
I
to be
told
there.
him, come on, you can do construction there too, you know.
Yeah, I was curious. You helped many other projects investors, but why didn't you yourself invest in Sri Lanka yet? Is there
Because
a
I do
reason?
not have yet so much to invest.
Mm.
But definitely I have my plans, like my vision is to have some small resort for me, myself, and for my friends there. Because I'm a
Mm.
very artistic person and I love
Yeah.
Sri Lankan also, you know, arts and crafts. I was always working together with the
Mm.
local artisans and craftsmen. I was having even a small gallery in Kandy.
Mm.
So I would like to, this is my vision actually.
That's
I'm
very
waiting
beautiful.
for my son to grow up and to get the job here so I can keep the house here,
Leave him. Oh.
live here because he doesn't want to, right? He wants to
Uh,
stay here. We were talking already about that.
mm.
So I am like maybe 2, more years and it will happen.
Okay. It's also amazing you found someone in the construction field, you being a, the
Yeah.
architectural
It was my
designer.
wish, so I manifested my husband, and I had to find him in Unavatuna on the beach. Yeah.
Yes, in Sri Lanka. Wow, that's really a nice, amazing coincidence. By the way, now that the port city and all these, I don't know if it is a free zone, but investment zones are coming. Maybe you guys can make a,
I don't
construction
like these
business there.
investment zones, you know. I want something private in the nature on the coastline. I don't like these huge projects, really.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean to say for to work for international clients, but have your
Yeah.
head office in Sri Lanka, something like that.
Yeah,
Fingers crossed.
even now it came to me already. You know, they
Mm,
asked me, my one couple, they asked me to do the design for them for the
mm,
villa in Sri Lanka, and now I found out that they are messing up a lot of things. You know, they need the tourist board approval, they need to incorporate the company, and now
mm,
again I am like fully studying the law and I am doing the draft of the agreements, so I'm
mm.
taking care of the projects like at whole. Like next week, I'm stepping to SLTDA, applying online. Yes.
Yes, Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
True.
So, yeah, it's my passion.
Okay. Okay. Hopefully we see each other there.
Okay. I hope
Yeah.
so. I hope so.
So it was lovely talking to you, Divana. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. I mean, I know we can go on and on for hours,
Of course.
but we have to brief it, yeah. But I can already picture your story as a movie, really. It's so intense and beautiful in its own way, you know?
It was. It was. It's a part of my life, you know, and it was always remained a part of my life. And it's my big passion, it's my home, and I am I'm feeling happy that I made the decision that somehow I will return at least partially.
Mm,
So it's feeding up my energy and good life.
yeah, hopefully. So, Divana, being a very successful architectural designer and a project manager, how can people reach out to you and work with you?
Well, freshly, I had put up my design page because one part of me is the coaching and consultation and mentoring, and the second part now after 10 years finally I did it so they can watch my presentation and my
Mm-hmm.
portfolio of the works I did mostly in Sri Lanka. On
Mm-hmm.
my website is divanas.eu. You can put it there.
Yeah.
And they can contact me if they need any help, in redesign, design. My passion is to come to the current environment
Mm,
and to change it.
mm,
It's much better for me than just to build something from the beginning till the end. I like
mm,
to come to the environment and redesign it using the local materials, making it as much possible like for very low budget to make the biggest impact. So this
mm.
is my passion because it's challenging and I always respect the local culture and the clients, and also to take care of the projects like from the beginning till the end. To train the
Okay.
staff, to do the menu. I am a very good cook also. And to take care of even marketing, branding, rebranding
Mm.
the resorts, the small resorts and villas. This is my passion.
Okay, okay. So I have given the details and people can contact you to make
Okay.
their amazing project come true.
Okay. Okay. I
So
will.
thank you, Divana. Have a lovely rest of the day. Very nice speaking to you
Thank you,
and
Lina.
see you in Sri Lanka, hopefully.
Thanks for invitation. It was great to talk to you.
Thank you. Bye.